So I don't know if any of you guys have been listening to some of these psychics online talking about there's a new change coming up, a new dimension, a new phase we're going into. And so I've been kind of listening to it, but I didn't want it to persuade any of my readings that I'm going to be talking about now. So I was curious and I sat down with my spirit guide and my pen just started going crazy. My hand was kind of hurting after doing so many automatic writings over this when I connected with the spirit guide. Um, there's going to be a change. It's coming in 2021. You think a lot of the crazy stuff that we saw last year, or this within the last year, is crazy, like with the wasp, the silver obelisks, the Chinese seeds being mailed out. What else? There was so much crazy stuff that made no sense this last year. Well, I'm told that there's going to be quite a bit more coming up, and I don't know what that means. My spirit guide wasn't really specific, and I just kind of thought that was interesting. And it's nothing. I asked to go, is it going to be negative that's coming up? And he says it's only negative if people choose to allow things to be negative. So 2021, it just seems like it's going to be a new era coming up, like the 60s. And what I got out of that was there's going to be a lot more new technology that's coming out, and it's not just going to be from our government. It's going to be from millionaires. It's going to be from young, educated people. So it's just people are just going to be coming up with all this new technology that's going to help us evolve. Is basically what I got, and it's nothing to be afraid of. But the thing is that things are there's going to be a change, and things are not going to be the way they used to be. What we thought was normal is not going to be the new normal coming up. And those of you who do not like change or are not ready for a change, just fasten your seatbelt. There's something coming. But understand this, that every time there's a change, there's always new doors opening. And I always tell people this a lot in my readings. There's always new doors. And change always means there's always something new coming up. Not to be scared. And just accept it, embrace it. I did get there's going to be more people homeschooling their kids, more people working from home. And I asked if it's going to have to do a lot of that with the COVID thing. And he said around sometimes, I think mid to the end of next year, the COVID thing should be slowed down by then. So I'm thinking people are just going to want to be working home, that's what I'm assuming, or, they're just getting tired of how the school system is going to be run. I'm not sure the details. I didn't get into any of that. So I wrote all these crazy notes, and I'm hoping I can read all of them because it's just crazy. It just kept going all over the place. And I felt like we're moving out of the Pisces and we're moving into the Aquarius, and that's what I was told, which means there's going to be a new change, just like the 1960s. I think that was a change around that time, might have been with the Pisces at that time. And let's see. I'm trying to see what. Just gives me a second because I'm just trying to read this really quick because I wrote this so fast. The only thing that was kind of worried me a little bit is that my spirit guide said there's going to be a solar flare from the sun, and it may knock out the grid. And so basically, if it knocks out the grid, it's going to disrupt our electronics and the economy. And I don't think it's going to be very long. It's going to affect the entire world. And we're going to have, again, scientists and people that are going to be looking at this and fixing it so that if we have another solar flare like this, it won't affect it so bad. So don't look at it as a negative thing. It may come, and I did not get a date, but it's going to affect the world around us. Let me check here. People, let's see, will adjust to change. I think I just said that all that. Okay, hold on. It's just, okay, for the people that are spiritual, and this is important for you too. All you people who have abilities are spiritual. Your abilities are going to be heightened, and the veil basically is going to be lifted. And some of you people who think you're going to be ready for this are not going to be ready for it. You're going to be seeing things, experiencing things that are going to freak you out, and that's the truth. Because I don't know what that means. I don't know if you'll be able to see and experience spirit, or you'll see things that we're not normally supposed to be seeing down here. But that veil is lifting, and there's going to be, and that's part of the awakening. And there's you can accept it, and and try to work with it, or you don't have to work with it. Maybe pray to God if you don't like it, and hopefully move on. Like some people do with abilities. I'm not sure, but I look at it as a positive thing. It's not a negative thing. And Also, it says that when this change comes, a lot of people with abilities are going to start feeling a lot of euphoria. Um, you may start seeing things in other dimensions. Basically, what you normally see is what you see down here. Is what I'm kind of getting with that. And technology, like I said earlier, it keeps improving quite a bit. Also, what I got was 2021 is the year of the truth. And when I questioned that, it said that those people who thought they got away with lying, deceiving people in this country, around the world, things are going to come back to them. The truth is going to start, people have the truth and things are just going to start being laid out. People are going to rat people out. There's going to be documentation of people, doing wrong, and they're all going to get caught. And all these people eventually are going to be held accountable. Politicians, the police, teachers, all these people in the past, and that's what's going to happen. Now, if you guys remember me in any of my videos in the past, I talked about, what was going to happen around that last presidency, and it said that there was going to be like a COVID was coming, and it's going to spread, and this was a time for us to reflect on ourselves. And it was. We had to stay home. We had to be with our families. Some people don't want to be with their families. Some people don't want to be working with be around their husbands, which is sad, but everybody's different. But some people can't even be by themselves. And I'm not judging anybody, but it's a time for us to be by ourselves and reflect on ourselves. What can we change? It was a big learning lesson for everybody. And we're not out of the COVID thing yet, but that was that time when we all had to stay home for a while. And that basically was true in one of my other readings in the past. But now we're moving into the truth. We're moving into new beginnings. Things are not going to be the same as they were. Technology is going to improve drastically. Billionaires, young people coming out of college are going to be having new ideas, and things are just going to be exploding now. I just see new jobs coming. And Spirit Guy just wants, when I feel like that anxiety kicking in, that Spirit Guy has so much to say. I'm going to check something as soon as I'm done, because I think he wants more to say, but I want to double check it. But the thing, I want to remind you guys one more thing is crazy is coming. We're going to start seeing more crazy things than we thought we did in the past. We're going to see it over the internet, over the news. And don't let this crazy stuff scare you. It's part of that new phase we're moving into. What do you want to call it? The new astral plane, whatever you want to call it. The new zone we're moving into, whatever you want to call it. We're moving into a new experience. And like the 50s, they had to go through it when they moved in, like when they had to go into the 60s. Now we're going into it, and it's going to be a lot of change happening. And I see a lot of positive stuff more than negative. If anything, the negative is going to be eventually. I don't know when that's going to be, the solar flare. I don't know what year it's going to be, but it's coming. But the biggest thing I kept getting was people need to start trusting God and getting closer to God, because people are not getting. I don't want to sound preachy, but my Spirit Guide saying more and more people are falling from God. It's because the way the church, the Christian or the Catholic Church treats people, and they're not feeling welcome. And people, when you do that to people, it pushes them away from God, because they look at God and the church as one. And the Spirit Guide is saying that we should be accepting everybody. Gays, lesbians, it doesn't matter, the poor people. And we shouldn't be judging people based on politics. Politics should never be in the church. I don't care which side of the fence you're on. You never bring politics in the church. Those are two separate entities, and this is what's dividing the people. It's part of what's dividing people. My Spirit Guide is saying, where is the love? Where's the Christian love? We forgot where the Christian love was because we put politics before God. And my Spirit Guide is saying that's not good. It doesn't look good to God. And we need to start looking at ourselves and thinking, how can I get close to the Creator? How am I going to find Him again? And it's scary, because when people aren't with God or with the Creator, I don't want to tell you what happens from here on out, because I don't do the doom and gloom. But we never know what the next, we're never going to know if we're going to be alive in the next 5 minutes, the next hour, or even tomorrow. Nothing's ever guaranteed. But we're supposed to be down here taking care of each other, loving each other. We're supposed to be being with God, praying, worshiping Him, having that relationship. And I know you guys are on the same page with me. When I look on the internet, when I'm looking around, I don't see that. I see a lot of narcissism, people constantly taking selfies of themselves, a lot of drama, people hating on each other, being, getting angry because they didn't get it their way, being, all that stuff. Why can't we accept and love each other? And it's a sad thing. And I don't know how this is going to affect 2021, but there's something coming, and we need to start changing ourselves. And that was my biggest message at the end of this. Like, we people need to get closer to God. And how the message I got was very strong out of all of it. And I don't know if it's meant for certain people to hear this today, but when we get to God, you don't get to God once in a while. You get to God with Him every day. You need to start praying every day. You can't be lazy. Your family needs prayers. You need prayers. That lady across the street that's homeless, she needs prayers. That little dog running across the street without his owners needs prayers. We all need prayers. And, it's not enough of it. It's all about me, 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 me. And if we keep going in that direction, it's not going to be good for us. The energy that we put out comes back to us, if that makes sense to everybody that's listening. It's a karma. And what you want to call the sin, it's a sin. Whatever we're doing, it comes back and it affects everybody. We all sin, but we do more. We do so much negative stuff that there's not enough love to be going around. And I'm hoping that 2021 is better than the last few years. Yeah, we're going to see a lot more crazy stuff, but don't let that scare you. Get back with God, pray more. There's going to be change. Don't be scared of change. Fear is on your mind. Everybody's scared because we don't know what the future is going to hold. There's so much uncertainty, but don't allow that to, scare you that you're going to be working in your house like this says. That's not what it's about. It's just, there's going to be a lot of new changes coming on. More technology, more jobs. People are going to, I just see people getting more busier than they were before too. I'm also getting that, when people during this time, people need to start socializing more, and that's not being over the internet. I'm getting that people need to start socializing more. Like, you need to start visiting people, going out, like we used to go out to the bars, socialize, go to a coffee place, socialize, socialize with your families, friends. It's not good to socialize all the time like this. We need that human interaction. We need human touch. And I'm hoping that this next year gets more people out, but I didn't really get to that point yet. I just kept saying that there was a change and things are going to get good. Now, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really listen to any other psychics about this, but I when I was on TikTok and I was also on YouTube, I kept listening to a few parts of each one of them saying that we're going into a new dimension. And I'm thinking, why didn't I get that? Why didn't I get that memo? So I didn't want to listen to them because I didn't want this to affect my readings. So I got up today, got in the shower, and I was on my mind. I'm like, I need to talk to my spirit guide to see what's going on, because I think people need to know what's going on and they need to be informed. And that's what I got. Things are not going to be the way they are. And it's okay. Do not let that scare you. Embrace it. Hopefully this year you learn to forgive, let go, forgive yourself, let go, and learn to love. Accept. And it's another lesson for me that I need to work on too. None of us are perfect down here. I've got my issues that I'm dealing with spiritually, and I keep failing at them. And I'm trying my best to focus on stuff. I have to make myself think before I do react, because I used to always react before thinking. And so I'm trying to look at things differently now. And I hope that things get better for you guys, because I do believe that this is going to get better. The COVID thing is a good thing. It's going to start slowing down. It's not going to be forever. I'm sure there will be negative things that will be flying towards us, but it didn't come out on this. But change is good. Embrace it. I hope this helped you guys. And just be positive and love each other, okay?